Hey, what's up everybody? TooTallToby here, and today we're going to do some SolidWorks sheet metal speed modeling. Now this video is going to be a little different from my tutorial videos. I've posted a lot of tutorial videos where I take my time and I explain my thought process and all the moves step by step along the way. This is going to be a little different. We're just going to kind of blast through this model and try to create it as quickly as possible using SolidWorks 2020. But don't worry, along the way I'll kind of sprinkle in some tips and tricks that'll help you save time and learn from my speed run. So let's take a look at this challenge. This challenge comes from the website TooTallToby.com, and up at the top here we've got a link to our Practice Models app where you'll find a repository of over 100 2D to 3D challenges for any CAD user using any 3D CAD system. Your challenge is to create a 3D model and then to come up with the correct mass of that model. Now, for any users of TooTallToby, any free account holders, you can access about 20 of these challenges for free. And then if you really like the app, you can sign up for our premium membership, which will get you access to the entire library. But one of those models that's included for free for all users is this one here, 240107. So I'm going to click here to practice. And we can see here that it looks like there are 413 people who have completed this model. So let's give this thing a try and see if we can become number 414. So I'm going to click here to begin. And when I'm ready to start this challenge, I'm going to click Reveal Drawing. And boom, we are in this thing. So let me bring up my keyboard and my clock view here. Let me move this over to my second screen. And we're gonna get started with this very first flange here, this 105 by 30 flange. So I'm gonna click New. I'm gonna use a template that I've created that's already got my material and my unit system in it. That'll save me some time. And then I'm gonna go to the right plane and begin a new sketch. And I'm gonna press the S key and launch the rectangle command. Now, why the rectangle instead of 2 lines? Well, what we could do with the rectangle is quickly input those dimensions, 105, enter, 30, enter, and then I could just take those 2 lines and change them to for construction. It's a little thing, but it'll maybe save you a little bit of time, make it a little easier to get those dimensions in there. And now I'm ready to go up to Sheet Metal Base Flange tab, but instead of doing this from this menu up top here, I could press the S key, right mouse button, and choose Customize, and customize my S key shortcut menu. So here we are in sketch mode, the sketch mode shortcut menu. Well, I could go down to the menus here for sheet metal and then add the base flange tab command. And what that does for me is anytime I'm working in a sketch and I'm ready to turn that sketch into a base flange, I just press S, base flange, boom, we are ready to go. So I can see that over on the left, the depth of that base flange is already highlighted. So I'm going to type in 100, but I'm not going to take this out to the full 100 depth. So I'll cut that in half, 100 over 2, enter, and that preview looks pretty good. Let me press the tab key here. I'm going to tab down here until I get to my material wall thickness. So that's going to be 3, and then I'm going to press tab, and then my material inside bend radius is going to be 5. And I'm just going to take a look at this thing and make sure the material is going the correct direction. And it is, so we can hit the green check mark, and there is our first feature. So if you like the use of the S key there, be sure to hit the like button on this video. And guess what? We're going to do it again here. I'm going to click on this edge and turn it into an edge flange. Well, again, I could press the S key, right mouse button on the S key, and choose Customize. And then I could go down to Sheet Metal, and I could choose to add the edge flange command here. Now remember, a moment ago we customized our sketching shortcut toolbar. Now we're customizing our features shortcut toolbar, features shortcut toolbar here. So we're going to customize that, and we're going to choose here from our sheet metal commands, we're going to choose to add the edge flange command. Edge flange, where is it here? It looks like insert bends, but it's different. Here it is, edge flange. So we're going to add that edge flange command. We're going to hit OK. And now we can just pick on this edge and press S and jump right into the edge flange command and then pull that edge flange over. Now, the most important thing about edge flanges is down here. It's in this section called flange position. So you can see that I've got flange length, but underneath flange length, we've got this option here, flange position. Usually you're going to use this first option or this third option. And we can see here that this third option is where the bend is beginning right after the existing material stops. And that's what we want for this example. So we can see here, if we're looking at the model and we look down on the top, there's that flange beginning where that existing material ended. So now that we've got that flange there, we're going to say edit flange profile. We're going to get normal 2. We're going to change, actually, I'll just view this over here from this side. Normal 2 didn't really work right. So we're going to going to draw in a line here. We're going to come back and touch the end point of that line, come off of it with an arc. We'll make this arc here 30, enter, and then we can just click, and then we can hit escape. And now this point, hold control, this line, make coincident. Nope, let me try it again. This point, hold control, this line, make coincident. And this arc, hold control, pick this line, make tangent. And then S key trim, and trim these away. And then S key smart dimension, and it's going to go from this back edge of the model to this point, 12. And from the back edge of the model to this line, 100. And then from this lower line to this angled line, an angle of 37. And that looks pretty good, so I'm going to hit finish. And there we go. There is our edge flange coming off of there. Now let's pick this lower edge here, S key edge flange. So right away, getting value from adding that to the S key menu. Once again, we're going to take a moment and just make sure that our flange position is correct. And once again, we're going to be coming from the existing material. And so now we're going to choose this button here, Edit Flange Profile. We could get normal 2, so Control 8 to get normal 2. Here what I'm going to do is make a construction line. So I've got kind of like a midpoint line, and we'll use that in just a moment. And then we're going to take this line here and drag it over. We're going to press the S key and create a circle here. Let's give that a dimension right away of 12 using auto dimensions. Now we're going to do a smart dimension from this circle to that line that we just created, and we're going to cross over the line so we get that double dimension of 70, since we're going to be mirroring this thing in just a bit. We'll create a dimension here to locate that hole in this direction. We'll create a total distance of the flange. I think it's 50, right? Yep, 50. And then we'll create a dimension here from the flange out to this edge line here, which is 35. And there we go. There's the geometry for that flange. We can hit the finish button and look at that. That's looking pretty good. And then for this final hole, this very large hole here on this back surface, a little trick that I sometimes use to locate the center points of holes is I'll start out by pressing the S key and going into a center line command, and then I'll move that center line down, let go of my mouse, and I'll type in the dimension 50 to locate that hole. And then I could press the escape, press the S key for the circle command, drop it a circle here with a diameter of 82, S key extrude cut. This is going to be a link to thickness option because it's sheet metal. We hit the green check mark. And then one final shortcut here is whenever I'm mirroring geometry, I like to add the mirror command into the context menu when you select a face and then you hold control and you select a solid body. So I select this face here, I hold control, I select this solid body. Now I want the mirror command to show up automatically in this menu. So just like what we did with the S key, I could right mouse button on this menu and say customize. And then from the customize, I can go down here to features, and I can drag the mirror feature command directly onto here. So here what I can do is I can find that mirror feature command where, here it is, mirror feature. I can just drag that right onto here, mirror features. And now what that lets me do is anytime I need to mirror the whole thing, I can just pick this face here, hold control, pick this body, let go of control, mirror, and because I picked the body from the bodies folder, SolidWorks automatically puts that into the bodies to mirror command, which means that now I could just right click in the background and boom, mirror that whole thing. So that is your mirror command, mirror all command using SolidWorks, a nice little shortcut there. And then when we're working in sheet metal, there's a pretty handy command here called break corners. See, instead of needing to go around and pick all these little tiny edges, which maybe we could do if we use the G key, we kind of zoom in there and pick that edge, and then G key, use that to pick that edge to fill it. Well, instead, if you go to sheet metal and you go to corners, break corners, you could say that you want to make either a chamfer or a fillet. You could say what that radius is, so radius 7, and then you can just pick on this face. And SolidWorks picks all the corners from that face. Pick on this face. Pick on this face. SolidWorks picks all the corners from those faces. And so now we can hit the green check mark, and there we go. We'll do a final spin. We'll look at this thing in the flat pattern, in the formed view. It all looks pretty good here. And we'll go up here to our sensors. That's another great way to save time in SolidWorks. We'll do a control Q, and it looks like we're coming up with a mass of 585. So let's go down to our answer here. 585, enter, and oh yeah, whenever we see that purple box, that means that we probably got it right. It says, congratulations, you did it. Congratulations. This answer is correct, 585 grams, and your total time there was 7 minutes and 45 seconds. So good job. Good job. We did it. And here you see it says, upon submission of your time, you will be awarded 1 point on the community scoreboard. So I'm going to say submit. And boom, 414 users have now completed this model. Good job, us. So if you guys enjoyed that video, let me know. Of course, once you finish these challenges, you can scroll down here and you can see some analytics. So it looks like my time here, 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Here we go at the very bottom. My time, 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Pretty fast. Looks like the average time for this model was 15 minutes and 49 seconds. And the fastest time was from Fusion Firestorm, 2 minutes and 1 second. Wow, that is really, really fast. And so that's the challenge there. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you learned anything from this speed run. And I will look forward to seeing all of you on the leaderboards here at TooTallToby.com/practice.